C-Bus.
Hi, it's Gary from Multrite. I'm going to do a little video today because we have a landscape project going on where we're going to do some plant replacements. So I thought it was a good time to come and talk about some planting techniques. So if we take a look at these are spireas, these are lilacs, these are denso or densiformis yews, taxus, and our globosa. I'm going to show you some techniques how to plant these things so that your project goes well. One big thing to consider when you're planting stuff is look at your tags. If you get them from a regular retail garden center, you'll have a tag that'll tell you very important information. First thing and most important is where to plant at. Is it shade? Is it sun? Is it part sun? That's very important. Second most important thing to realize when you're planting something is the mature size. Some things grow at different rates, and the mature size is a big deal. You don't want to put something at the nursery. It might look like one thing's smaller and one thing's larger than another, but you want to be careful to put things, that are going to be smaller towards the front so that they're not covered up as things grow. I see that very common mistake when homeowners plant things, that they'll put things in the wrong order in their landscaping beds, and then a year or 2 years later the things that they planted in the front have grown larger than the stuff they planted behind there, and you can't see the other stuff. So really look at these mature sizes. What I find is that generally on sizes, height and width, like 12 to 16 inches, or let's say the spirea, for instance, might be mature size of 2 to 4 feet. And it might be 2 to 3 foot high and 3 to 4 foot wide. So you have to consider that when you're spacing your plants. For instance, if something says it's going to be 3 to 4 foot wide, the absolute minimum that you would want to space those together would be 3 feet. At that point, when they're mature, they're going to be touching each other. If you want them to be individual rows of each thing, then you would want to plant them farther apart than 3 feet, say 5 foot apart, to make them individual. If you plan on growing together, space them at their minimum size. So keep in mind of your height, your width, give things proper dimensions. Don't put things too close to the house. Don't put things too close to the edge of the landscape bed, and definitely not too tight. So here in our first series of videos, we're going to go ahead and plant some things. I'll show you the actual techniques and some tips for when you plant